What if I told you that you could grow your X profile without lifting a finger? I am so excited to show you guys this. This is a Twitter X agent that works 24/7 around the clock. It studies your profile, it reads the X feed, it engages with your community, it auto replies to similar users, it interacts with authorities in your niche, it auto follows and unfollows, and it spreads itself all across the platform so that you get the max amount of reach. Okay, this is going to let you grow your X profile. It's going to help you make sales for your product. And this is completely hands-off. It takes just a few minutes to set up, and then you can let it run forever on your behalf. I spent hours and hours researching what is the best way to grow on X, what is currently working in 2025, and I turned all of those results into a top performing AI agent. There is so much to go over in this video. I want you to watch until the end so you know exactly what's going on in the background and then how you can use this AI agent to grow your following. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is go to youraiagent.com/xagent. Youraiagent.com is a web app that I am building live on this YouTube channel. And the goal of this app is to create AI agents that automate every single aspect of your business so that you can be completely hands-off and so that you can focus on the more important things like high-level overview and strategy and then actually turning a profit. So that's my goal with this app. If you don't have an account, you're going to sign up. I'm going to use my demo account for this video. If you don't have a Twitter connection, you're going to have to add one first. So go to settings in the top bar. We're going to click on X Twitter, and there are a few quick things we need to do. I have a full video on how to connect your X profile, but I'm going to show you how to do it live right now. You're going to go to your developer portal. Now, each Twitter account has a developer portal. It's accessed at developer.twitter.com. You're going to create a new project and app. After you create the app, under user authentication settings, click edit. You're going to select read and write and direct message. The type of app needs to be a native app. And for the callback URI, input youraiagent.com/settings. For the website URL, you can put whatever you want. Then go to the bottom of the page and click save. It's going to bring you back to this page. Click on keys and tokens, and it will unlock a client ID. So copy that client ID, go back to this settings page, paste it into this input, name your integration. I'm going to name it my X profile. This is just for internal purposes so that you know which connection is which. I let you connect multiple Twitter accounts. So connect the profile that you want to engage on Twitter with. Then click the connect button. It takes you to an OAuth page. Click authorize app. It's going to go back to your AI agent and then load a screen again. Then it's going to connect to the main youraiagent.com app. This is going to allow us to do some extra actions that the free accounts can't do. So click authorize app again. And then back on this page, it's going to say your X account has been connected. Click OK, and you'll see your latest connection down here. If at any point you get some error messages with your profile, let's say your access token has expired, I have a quick reconnect button right down here, and it will take you through the whole OAuth steps again. Very quick, 10 seconds, you get your X profile connected right away. All right, now we're back on the X agent page. And let's quickly read what this agent is about. I'm going to talk about the credits. I'm going to talk about all the input options that we have available. I'm going to talk about the playground for testing. And then I'm going to tell you exactly what actions that this agent takes every 24 hours. So you know exactly what's going on with your profile. Completely automate your content and engagement on X, formerly known as Twitter. Connect an account, describe your niche, set post and reply personas, choose your viral post types, add up to 20 target profiles, pick active days and times, and optionally enable auto follow and unfollow. Once running, the agent works 24/7, publishing a unique post each day that includes threads and image posts. It engages with target profiles and broader audiences, and creates quote posts, retweets, and replies from fresh target content. At day's end, it gathers comments on your original posts and replies to your followers. This agent helps your profile grow while you can focus elsewhere. So each daily run costs 25 credits. posting and engaging up to 20 times, and then testing completes in 60 to 120 seconds. Let me show you some examples of the posts that this agent can create. So example one. Example one, this is your X profile, and this is a post that it created on a demo profile. It wrote, rule of thumb for bootstrapping SaaS. For every hour you code, spend an hour helping people discover and use it. Example, ship a small feature in the morning, then message 5 users and share a short how-to in your community. So this is a profile that goes on your main timeline feed, which will be spread all across X, and it can get retweets, comments, likes, and more importantly, views and impressions. Here is example number 2. So this is also a post that it did on the main timeline feed, but this time it is a thread. A Twitter thread is multiple tweets under the main profile post. So it's a good way if you can't fit all the content into one post, you can create a thread where the viewer can click to read more, and then it's a reply on top of a reply on top of a reply. So we long know that Twitter threads increase engagement and audience growth because it allows you to tell stories and explain complex topics in a structured, coherent manner. I know you can create longer posts when you have a paid profile now, but for people still on the free plan, Threads is a good option. And the new X agent can do exactly that. So this is an example. The first tweet was bootstrapping in indie SaaS. Here's how to hit your first 1 to 5K MRR without ads. It tells the viewer that this is a thread with a pointing down emoji. The next post says pick a painful niche, define ICP, role size and tool stack. The next step is validate in 7 days, run 10 problem interviews. Then it says scope a razor thin MVP, 1 job to be done. It's telling you to charge day 1, 2 plans only, starter and pro. And then the last post is a summary. Find pain, validate fast, ship tiny, charge early. And this is the third example. This is an automatic reply to a profile that is similar. So Noah Kagan on X is an authority in this online business niche. So I chose this as a target profile. Noah Kagan tweeted, get so rich you don't have to update your LinkedIn. And then the response from the X agent, it said, that's when your experience section just says self-employed permanently. So it's kind of funny that it took on a witty persona and it replied to a joke with a joke. And that post got a few comments and some engagement as well. So all this sounds interesting. Let me show you exactly how to set it up, the inputs that we're going to need from your side. And then once this is all done, the X agent can be launched and it will run 24/7 on your behalf. The first input we need is the connection. So this is the X connection that we just connected at the beginning of the video. You're going to connect your own profile. In my example, it's my profile, Hey Wes Frank. And that's the profile that's going to read and engage on the platform. The next section is to describe your niche. In this example, I'm going to pretend my niche is indie SaaS bootstrapping, but you could be e-commerce, you could be sports, you can be a Canva professional or a freelancer. There are literally millions of niches online that you can carve your own path for. But this X agent works best for people trying to grow as an authority. Your next input is a post persona. When your X agent creates posts, and it's going to create a new unique post each day, it's going to take on this persona. For example, practical, friendly, and concise. Use plain, direct language with calm confidence and a touch of warmth. Tasteful humor only when natural. Stay brand safe and inclusive. Avoid jargon, hype, clickbait, or fear-mongering. No profanity, politics, or personal attacks. And don't make medical, financial guarantees or absolute claims. Sound like a helpful human, not an ad. Now you can describe whatever persona that you want your X agent to have. This is just an example. I actually took this from the X best practices. You don't have to change this, but obviously your niche is going to require a different persona. And if you're going to want to be unique as well, you can add or remove some of this stuff. The next section is the post types. Now, through my research, I found a bunch of post types that seem to perform best on X, and I added them all here. You can add and remove the ones that you don't want for your profile. But basically what's happening in the back end is each of these post types, and again, these are the best performing ones in 2025, they have their own system prompt, which will allow them to create posts in that specific style. So we have a hot take, quick tip, an open-ended question, a relatable observation, an original insight, a myth or fact, a mistake and a fix, a do this, not that, a rule of thumb, a 24-hour challenge, a one-question audit. Again, these are all good at creating engagement. A definition reframe, an analogy and metaphor, a counterintuitive tip, and then we have some threads, a how-to thread, a lessons learned thread, a story thread, and a weekly recap thread. Every 24 hours at the posting time that you select, your X agent is going to randomly select a post type out of all the ones that you have chosen. For example, let's say myth versus fact. Then it's going to randomly select a keyword, topic, or key phrase related to your niche. In this example, it's indie SaaS bootstrapping. It's going to combine them along with your post persona and create a brand new, never before seen, highly viral and engaged post for your timeline feed. Stay tuned because in 30 seconds, I'm going to show you how to test a post. There's just a few inputs we need to go over first, and then we can actually create one live here. Okay, the next input is your reply persona. So when it's not creating posts on your main timeline feed, it's going to search all over X in related communities and start replying to other users. So either authorities in your niche, I call this target X profiles, or just everyday regular users participating in the conversation. Here's an example reply persona. Warm, curious, and respectful. Keep sentences short and human. Add value without sounding salesy. Assume good intent. Disagree gently and avoid snark, dogpiling, or canned praise. No links or mass tagging. Stay brand safe, inclusive, and civil at all times. Next, we have target X profiles. Usually this is going to be very easy to find. If you already have an X profile and you've been interacting manually on X, you've probably been replying, liking, and following other people that are teaching the same things that you want to teach. So here's a profile called Arthur, and it sounds like he's talking about SaaSes as well. So I'm going to click into his profile and I'm going to grab his user ID. So it looks like it's Arthur YUZ Bashu. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to paste that in, then click add. Now we have a target X profile. You can add up to 20 of them. So I'm going to go back to my main feed. Let's scroll down a bit. This guy is talking about winning ads for your product. Not quite in my niche. Sean Wilson is talking about cold email. Here we go. This person launched 69 days ago. So it looks like he did launch a SaaS. I'm going to click into his profile. I'm going to copy his user ID again. I'm going to paste it into this input, click add. Now I have 2 target profiles. I would probably add as many as I can find. And what's going to happen each day is it's going to scrape X for new posts from these profiles. And if it finds a post that has been made within 24 hours, it's going to read that post and come up with a reply based on your niche and your reply persona. So therefore, you are shown on posts of your competitors. This guy's post got 5,400 views. I know it's back in July, so this one would actually not be used. But if it was posted 24 hours ago, you have the potential to also be seen by 5,400 other people. And your reply would come down here. So this person, Ryan Clark, he said, "Hey, I'm interested to see your journey. I have just finished a SaaS as a complete non-dev. The road to 100 users start now." So this person also got 83 impressions. Now, if I'm reading this guy's post and I'm a regular user on X, there's a chance I can click into his profile, see what he's doing, see his timeline feed posts, and maybe follow him. So that's a way to get impressions on your own profile and to get your own followers. We're doing this for just extra ways to get seen on the platform. You need to be engaging, and this way an X agent can do it for you, so it doesn't take up any of your time. We don't only reply to profiles, we also retweet posts from these profiles. And a retweet is a way to add your own comment to the post, post it on your own profile so that your audience gets the benefit of the other people. And then more content means more ways to go viral, more ways to get impressions. So let's say this David William, I look down at his recent posts. I go down here and click repost, either as a repost or a quote. Let's say it's a quote. The AI agent would read the entire post, add a comment, and then re-quote it or retweet it, as it used to be called, to your own profile. So this is what the target profiles are made for. It ensures that your X agent is staying in line with the community. We got a few more options here. This toggle is for following or unfollowing users. This has been an age-old strategy for growing on social media platforms. What this does is your agent will search X for similar keywords, topics, hashtags, and key phrases for your niche. Let's say SaaS. Look at the latest posts, click into those people's profiles, and then automatically follow them. It does this 6 times per day at equal intervals, so it doesn't spam the system. And this person, for example, this user is going to get a notification that that user followed them. So then that notification, they might click into you and follow back just to keep the relationship going. But if you're actually trying to grow as an authority on X, you don't want a ton of following, you want more followers. That's where this follow unfollow strategy comes in. So we follow the user, they get the notification, we hope they follow back, and then we automatically unfollow after a certain amount of days. I like to keep this at 7, but you can make this whatever you want. The point is, if after 7 days they haven't followed you back, they're probably not a user that you want. So it's probably safe to just unfollow them at that point. And last but not least, we have the post time and the posting days. If you don't want to post all 7 days of the week, let's say you don't want to post on the weekends, you can uncheck Saturday and Sunday, and your agent will only perform actions on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. People like to do this so it looks more human. I think you should be posting all the time, but I'm giving you the option here. And then the post time is actually when your agent will start its daily actions. This is going to depend on your time zone and when your audience is most active. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so a good time where people are most active on X is probably in the morning. So I'm going to start it at 10 a.m. And then when I start the agent, it's going to create the first post at 10 a.m. And then at equal intervals, it's going to perform the other actions. And in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you all the actions that it performs on X every 24 hours. But as promised, we're going to create a test post. So in this dropdown, I have all the post types that I showed above. Here, let's do a 24-hour challenge. It's going to use my post persona, my niche, and my reply persona. And it's going to do a sample run. So let's click test post. Here, it's going to load for a second. Remember, it takes 60 to 120 seconds because it's scraping X. Don't worry, it's not going to post anything to your profile right now. This is just an option in the playground to fine-tune all of your settings before launching it live to the world. Okay, and this is the result. Based on all of my inputs, this is the 24-hour challenge post that it created. 24-hour challenge. Create a payment link at your best guess monthly price. Outcome, a real checkout you can use to validate demand. Easy start. Pick a fair number you'd pay for this yourself. You can adjust later. So again, we're teaching something about the indie SaaS bootstrapping niche, and our community is going to love this type of post because it helps them progress forward. It did a sample follow, so it followed user CHHD David. And if I were to search this person up on X, you would see that they have been participating in this entire community. I also replied to this user. So they said, gotta start somewhere. And my agent responded, absolutely, pick one tiny pain, write a 1-sentence problem, talk to 3 users and ship a scrappy version 0, measure 1 metric for 2 weeks, adjust. What's the small bet you're making first? Down at the bottom of the page is all of your testing in the playground. If I click on results, it shows me the same content that it showed up there. And then if I click on the info button, these are all the inputs that I had in this run. So I can see what worked, what didn't, adjust it for new runs, and then save it once it is launched. Okay, I think I'm good to go with setup for this agent. I'm going to click Start Agent now. It will take you to the workflows page where you can see all of your active running AI agents. This is my demo account. This is where I test all the agents. But here we see the new X Twitter agent. If I click on the info button, we see that the agent is currently being set up. Please check back in 10 to 15 minutes. But what this pop-up is going to show is it's going to show the last followed user. Okay, it's going to show you your last post, retweet, or quote. It's going to show you your last reply that you made on the platform, and then any other engagement or interactions that it has performed. Now, while this agent is being set up, and before I show you the post that it created, let's go through all the actions that your X agent is going to take on Twitter each and every day. Okay, first it's going to create an original timeline post on your feed. Remember, it's going to combine a keyword, key phrase, or topic in your niche, your post persona, and then your post type, and then create an original timeline post. This could also be an image post. This is all randomized. It's going to be completely unique and different each and every day. Then it's going to auto follow up to 6 relevant users. This is based on your niche. Again, it's going to search and scrape X to find relevant users and then follow or unfollow. Your X agent is going to reply to a target X profile. Remember, you can input up to 20 relevant profiles or authorities in your niche. And if there is a new post on one of those feeds, it's going to reply to that post to help get more impressions and reach. It's going to reply to a user in your niche based on a search result. So it's finding relevant targeted keywords, and it's going to search X for anyone making conversation with those keywords and then reply to those users. It's going to do that up to 2 times per day. It's going to quote or repost a target X profiles post and put that on your main timeline feed. When it's a quote or repost, it also adds a comment about the post. And then finally, at the end of each day, every 24 hours, it's going to scrape your profile for all new replies and comments from your audience that was done on any of the posts on your feed. And then it's going to reply to those users. So it's going to keep your audience engaged, and it's going to keep building that relationship so they don't unfollow you. So you're going to provide good content. You're going to engage and interact all over X. You are going to interact with your audience. That is authorities in your niche. Those are your target X profiles. Those are users in your niche based on search. And it's all of the people that are also replying to your posts on your profile. All of this equals engagement up to 20 times per day. These are all the ones that I thought of. If you can think of more interactions that you would want your X agent to perform, please write it in the comments below and I will add this to the X agent immediately. I want this to be the best performing X agent on the internet, and I want this all available to you. So if you have any new ideas, if you have found some actions that perform better than others, I want to hear it. And here we go. This is an original post that it created for my feed. I don't have a lot of followers, and already it got 65 views, and it even got a repost. And this post says, Indie SaaS audience building on X. Share one useful lesson from building daily. Show in progress with context, not just promo. Join 2 to 3 niche conversations with helpful replies. Pin a clear bio and product one-liner. Review what resonated weekly. Pick one to try today. If you want to try launching an X agent for yourself, I'll leave a link to youraiagent.com in the description below. If you have any ideas for new agents or how to make this AI agent better, please write it in the feedback app, youraiagent.com.featurebase.app. Also on the settings page, you can submit a ticket. I want to hear your ideas and how we can tailor this X agent to work best for your type of profile. Again, I find this new X agent works best for people trying to become an authority in their designated topic, but I would love to cater this agent for all types of industries. So please reach out to heywesfrank@gmail.com and I'd love to start a conversation. And if you like this video, I put 2 more on the screen right now. Both have been catered to your personal YouTube watch history. Give one of them a click for me, give it a watch, and I'll see you in there. Peace.